It's no wonder the big drug companies and health insurance companies have given millions of dollars to Mike DeWine's campaigns. He's been protecting them, not you.
The reason that I sued the drug companies so that we could get some money back for the state of Ohio, so that we could help people who are addicted.
Strong words and accusations tonight at Marietta College as Ohio's gubernatorial candidates, Republican Mike DeWine and Democrat Richard Cordray, face off in a debate. Good evening. Thank you for staying with us tonight at 11. I'm Mike Jackson.
And I'm Darlene Hill. We have team coverage from tonight's debate. Debate moderator and NBC4 anchor Colleen Marshall caught up with audience members after tonight's big town hall meeting. But first, let's go to Dan Perlman with more on the candidates' performance.
The second of 3 debates now in the books here at Marietta College, and 36 days ahead of Election Day, these two candidates very much highlighting their differences and a few similarities. This debate, town hall style, Mike DeWine and Richard Cordray responding to your questions submitted online, some from the audience.
Our first question tonight is going to a student here at Marietta College,
including the first regarding gun violence in schools.
We will have a person who's available, who's a mental health specialist, to every single student in the state of Ohio.
We have to do some common sense things and have the leadership to have universal comprehensive background checks in Ohio so guns are kept out of the hands of criminals.
Gun violence, just one topic discussed here. Access to health care, access to affordable education, and ECOT amongst the others. These political rivals also discussing a claim.
It has been misportrayed in ads by the DeWine-Husted campaign.
Trading jabs on DeWine's claim seen in ads that Cordray left thousands of rape kits untested while Attorney General.
There were no untested rape kits in the Attorney General's office when I was Attorney General. All evidence that came to that office was being tested and returned.
The day he left office, if there was a rape in your community or a serious crime where unknown DNA was taken to our crime lab, it would have sat there for 125 days. We fixed the state crime lab.
When this hour ended, both sides claimed victory, both men also saying if elected, they plan to reach across the aisle to make Ohio better.
I want to stand for politics that we can respect and be proud of. I want to stand for being able to reach across the aisle and get things done.
My experience has been when people work together, they can get things done and solve problems. I'm a problem solver, but I don't solve the problems by myself.
And DeWine and Cordray will square off in one more debate. That will be next Monday in Cleveland. Local for you in Marietta, Dan Perlman, NBC4.
All right, so the most important aspect of any debate out there is what did the voters take away from the candidates' answers? NBC4's Colleen Marshall gives us that part of the story.
A town hall style debate is all about what the voters want to know. All of the questions in the debate came from voters across the state of Ohio, some of them by social media. But some of the voters came to this hall. They wanted to directly ask the candidate their question. The question is, did they get their answer? Allison Goebel is worried about Ohio seniors being able to age in place.
I wish I had more detail from both candidates, but I at least got a sense of where they were headed, which I appreciated.
All those questions. For the candidates, it's an hour of television time to get their talking points out. And in this case, if one voter has a question, chances are hundreds of thousands are waiting for the answer. Mel Schuler is a senior at Marietta College, worried about low-income families paying for higher education.
I thought they both gave great perspectives, but I think it's very important for me just because that's similar to me where I come from, coming from a lower income family. It's very important to me because I want a lot more people to be able to have a great college experience like I've had here at Marietta College.
Marietta is part of Appalachian, Ohio, and the problems here are different.
The issues in southeastern Ohio and in rural communities are so much different than the urban areas. And particularly, Mike DeWine responded that Jobs Ohio needs to, be helpful to the whole state.
Mark Van Zanten is a retired nurse from Marietta who also believes Appalachia needs more help.
Transportation and the discrepancy between rich and poor and access to care. And I think Mr. Cordray answered it better than Mr. DeWine did. So,
will that shape your vote?
It's already been shaped.
The race between Cordray and DeWine is very close. In fact, too close to call at this point. No one is ahead, no one is behind. There's still time to register, and there's still time to hear again from these candidates. 1 week from tonight, they'll meet again for their third and final debate in Cleveland. In Marietta, local for you, Colleen Marshall, NBC4.
Colleen talked about the importance to register the vote. The deadline is next Tuesday. Really easy. Just go to the Ohio Secretary of State's website. It's myohiovote.com. You'll find a lot of information on this website. You can register. You can update your registration. All you need is your driver's license and a state ID number. Now, some required personal information is also needed. The Secretary of State says this system is more secure and more accurate and less costly than the paper registration.
Thank you, Mike. Our other big